that Indiana can't stop, that Indiana can't game plan for. So it's going to be a tough challenge for Miami to be able to do anything against them. But I want to get your thoughts on what would your game plan be to defeat Indiana, and are they even able to be defeated, man?
Man, I would have to. I'm make sure them tackles be on the island with them bookends Miami have, and you have to show Mendoza pressure. I'm talking about it's got to be pressure in his face. I'm talking about like every down. Somehow you got to have it coming from everywhere. I would zone blitz him sometime. You know what I mean? Zone blitz him. I give him a whole bunch of different looks so he can't just get comfortable back there. He was real comfortable with Oregon's defense. That's what I would do.
Yeah, fellas. I mean, a game plan to beat those Indiana Hoosiers right now, easier said than done.
You're right.
Easier said than done. If I'm Miami, I think the only thing you can do to beat the Hoosiers is out physical them. Because you're not going to out scheme them. You're not going to out game plan them. You're not going to outsmart them. You have to out physical them. And that's, I believe, Miami's only chance of winning this game. You have to be physically dominant. You have to kick their ass and able to beat this Indiana's team. Nobody's been able to do that all season long, and that's going to be a tall task. So, I mean, Cole mentioned it. Those two bookends for Miami have to have the game of their life. I think they got one thing in their favor is that they'll be at home for this game, which is that's really underrated in the national championship game. You get to be at home. That's an advantage. That's an advantage Miami, I gotta say. But Miami has to they gotta hit them. They gotta hurt them. Similar to those old school Pittsburgh teams, Poe. When y'all used to just crash people, man, crumble people, make them afraid to catch the ball. They have to be physically dominant and able to beat this Indiana team. And that's the only hope, in my opinion.
Yeah, if I was coaching against this Indiana team, I would take a lot of what you both said already. The bookends got to get one-on-ones with those tackles. You gotta make sure that you give Mendoza as many different looks as possible to force him to have to do a lot of thinking pre-snap and then change some things up right when he snaps the ball where your guys already know that, listen, if they in this formation, they might be trying to do this. We got to cover that. So hopefully Miami's coaches have been watching all the film on Indiana, because the reality is Indiana's not going to be out of position and not going to make a lot of mistakes. But maybe you can out physical them for 4 quarters and wear them down in the fourth quarter and possibly steal a late victory over Indiana. And maybe you might be able to get the ball in space to Tony and some of those other guys to where, they can make a guy miss and get some extra yards. But they got to make sure that they don't have any pre-snap penalties. You can't afford to be first and 15. You can't afford to have holding calls where you're first and 20, second and 17, that kind of stuff. And you got to make sure that you don't turn the football off or over. Keep the game close to where you can still lean on your running game. Because under no circumstance do you want to put this game in Carson Beck's hands to have to win it for you. You want to make sure you can stay balanced.
But think about Mendoza.